Hello everyone and welcome back to a new episode of my road to 100,000 euros. In this series I share with you my stocks and ETF purchases on BUX Zero and DEGIRO. Every month I invest 1,250 euros and I show you guys my progress. And if you also want to invest on BUX Zero or DEGIRO just like me, check the link in the description down below. And if you sign up, we will both get a nice bonus. But before we dive into today's stock and ETF, I want to remind everybody that I'm not a financial planner and I'm simply posting my investments and my personal opinions here. And if you also want to invest, please do your own research before investing. Without any further ado, let's dive into the video. Welcome back everybody, episode 7, and in April I took a little break from posting videos, but of course I never take a break from investing, and I did make 2 videos, and this is part 1 of my investments of April. Because I found out I'm not really living up to my 50-50 split in dividend and growth stocks, I have some catching up to do on the dividend side. So in April and also in May, I will be investing in stocks and ETFs that pay me a good dividend. So let's check out which stock and ETF I bought this time. So the company I want to go over is Deutsche Telekom. Excuse me for my German accent, it's not what it's used to be. Actually, it was never that good, but I digress. So I decided to add this stock to my portfolio. Like always, want to go over what they are doing, some of the financials. Deutsche Telekom is a German company, Deutsche, of course. Here you see a map of Europe and you see that basically all the European countries, they are active. And then we go to Africa, South Africa, not really active there. Also Asia, you see a few countries. We see Northern America, they are in Canada, US and Mexico. They have their own entity, T-Mobile US. They are stock listed in the US as well. This one is in the stock exchange of Germany. South America, Brazil and Argentina, and that's basically it. Worldwide active, but main focus on Europe and Northern America. And here they have reasons to invest. The first one is an attractive dividend, also tax-free, because of the German tax authorization doesn't charge taxes. And number 2, positive financial outlook. Here, if you go to Yahoo Finance, shout out to Yahoo Finance, really nice platform. I use the free version. For me, it works pretty good. If we look at the last 4 years of Deutsche Telekom, if you look at revenue, went from 75, 80 to 100 billion. If you look at the gross profit, also went from like 39, 45, 58 billion, growing as well, even faster than total revenue. So that's always really good. Another thing that's growing is the earnings per share, and that's really important with dividend companies, because the higher the earnings per share is, the more dividend they are able to pay you as an investor. So revenue growing 1 to 2%. EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes and depreciation, is also growing. So that's basically what you have left over at the end of the year. Free cash flow growing, that's what we want, because the more free cash flow a company has, the more they can put towards shareholders. Earnings per share is growing as well, so that's very good. Another reason, the basis for future growth. Germany, excellent positioning. In the United States, after a successful merger, so they took over a company in the US, so that's also growing rapidly. Strong market positions, a combination. I also heard that they were gonna sell T-Mobile in the Netherlands. I'm not sure how that is going at the moment. Financial strategy, well balanced, attractive return, and communication is excellent. And that's also something that I always like, when a company is very transparent about what they are doing. They had a virtual shareholders meeting on the 1st of April. I watched that one, and they basically go over all the questions that big shareholders have, but also about the strategy. Here we see some numbers: 242 million mobile customers, 27 million network lines, 22 million broadband lines. Really big, more than 50 countries with a staff of more than 200,000. And it's also good to see that more than 60% outside of Germany. Obviously, the German company, they have a lot of revenue coming in from Germany, but they are well diversified throughout the world. Dividend yield of about 3.5%. So for every 100 euros you invest in Deutsche Telekom, you will receive 3.50 euros on a yearly basis, and they pay out the dividend once per year. And actually today was the ex-dividend date, and that means that the dividend they will pay, in this case 60 cents per share, they will take that off the stock price. So the stock price before today was like 17 euros and 20 cents, and you as an investor will get paid that 60 cents. So it's not a loss. It looks like it is because the stock price is going down, but you as an investor receive that dividend, so it's not really lost. And I have 24 shares, so I will get paid 14 euros and 40 cents. So that's always nice, and of course that money will be reinvested. And let's look at the balance sheet real quick. Total assets 264 billion, total liabilities 192 billion, equity of 72 billion. And what's always interesting to see is current assets versus current liabilities. Current assets are assets that will become available soon. For example, accounts receivable, the cash that will come at hand shortly. And then current liabilities could be some suppliers that they have to pay, salary, pensions, etc. And that's lower than the current assets, so that's always good to see. So all in all, pretty good. We can look at cash flow here. We see free cash flow has been pretty stable. So here, if we look at the cash flow, you can see the operating cash flow. So cash flow from operations is growing pretty steadily. 17 billion, 18 billion, 23. But they are also investing a lot, as you can see. So yeah, those are the reasons why I bought Deutsche Telekom. So what are the risks in buying Deutsche Telekom? Well, they are pretty big already. 101 billion in euros in revenue. They are already in 50 different countries, so there's not room for crazy amounts of growth. If it will be growth, it will maybe be going into new markets, maybe upselling in the markets they're already in. But yeah, super steady, super stable company. They provide a utility that will be used at least for the near future. I think a lot. 5G is coming, of course, so don't see a lot of risk there. Of course, they have to invest a lot of money, but they basically do that always, so I don't think that's gonna be a big problem. Honestly, I don't see a lot of risks in investing in Deutsche Telekom. Like I said, they pay a nice dividend, and even if they pay 60 cents per year for the next 30 years, you will have your money back no matter what. Even if the stock price goes to zero, if they can pay you 30 cents or 60 cents per share for 30 years and the stock price goes to zero, you will even have made a profit. It's very slow, like I said. It's not gonna grow a lot. If you look at the stock price here over 5 years, basically has been steady. Don't expect to get rich quick with this kind of stocks, but like I said, I really like to have a 50-50 spread in growth stocks and dividend stocks. And especially right now when the markets are so high and everyone is talking about a crash and those kind of things, these kind of stocks won't fall as much as the growth stocks because they haven't had crazy gains. They don't trade for a high PE ratio. The price divided by earnings is 19, like under 20 is considered pretty good. Let's look at Tesla, for example, real quick, just to show you something like the difference. Tesla is trading for a PE ratio of more than 1,000. The price is 1,000 times higher than the earnings they have. That's kind of ridiculous, honestly. But of course, Tesla has a lot of potential, can still grow a lot. So that's why a higher PE ratio might be justified, but 1,000 times more, I don't know about that. Let's go to BUX Zero. And for the month April, I put 770 euros in BUX Zero and 480 euros in DEGIRO. And today I want to buy one stock and one ETF on BUX Zero. Let's go and find the stock Deutsche Telekom. As you can see, there's a lot of Deutsche companies, but I want the Telekom one. It's currently trading for 17 euros and 21 cents, and I want to buy 24 shares. So let's buy 24. That's a value of approximately 413 euros. Almost made a mistake again. I don't want to buy it at market order. I want to buy it at zero order. That means that I don't have to pay any commission. 24. And then after 4 today, it will be purchased. So place order and I'm done. The next one is a ETF, a dividend ETF in Europe. I already own 10 shares of this and I want to add 20 more. So let's buy 20 more of these shares. 20, and I can only buy 18 right now because I do the zero order option. They always reserve a little more money than the stock will cost, because what if the price increases? So right now I will just buy 18, and when they went through I will purchase the other 2 shares. And because it's zero commission, it doesn't really matter. So let's do that. And here it says they won't go through with the order if the total value is above 383 euros. So that's the money that they reserve for this purchase. And of course, if it's lower, then they will only use the amount that it was. So it's estimated to be around 370 euros to buy these 20 shares or 18 shares. Place order and done. So yeah, guys, that was it for today. Please let me know what you think about it, and I'm really curious to know in what stocks or ETFs you guys are investing in right now. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please don't forget to smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I want to thank you for watching, and like always, have a great day.